Meantime, an Ohio professor scoring a victory for free speech. Shawnee State University forced to pay out over $400,000 after disciplining this teacher for refusing to use a student's preferred pronouns. Joining me now, that professor, Nick Meriwether, and his attorney, Tyson Langhofer. Thanks to the both of you for being here. Professor Meriwether, walk us through the incident that led to this lawsuit.
In January of 2018, I called on a student. I used the phrase, "Yes, sir." His hand was up. And so he approached me after class and asked me then to refer to him as female, using female pronouns, female titles. And when I explained to him that I would not be able to do that, the student complained to the administration. And the administration initially was willing to agree to an accommodation where I would use the student's proper name, which was feminine. But then the university changed course and decided to discipline me. And then here we are 3 years later with the lawsuit resolved. So I had to file suit to protect my position, but also to protect free expression in the classroom.
And freedom of religion, because your position not wanting to use what the student preferred was based upon your religious beliefs. Did you fear that you would then be fired if you said something as innocuous as, "Yes, sir," once again?
I fully anticipated that I would eventually be fired. Absolutely. But one thing I want to emphasize is that this is really not about the student. The student actually stayed in the class and did extremely well. He was a good student. This was about being forced to endorse the ideology that the university wanted me to affirm. And this is extremely dangerous. It's very unhealthy for higher education for professors to be forced to speak a message that they don't agree to. So this is a great win. It's a huge win for all college professors throughout the country so that we can have higher education can be a place where people can debate and discuss and disagree with each other without being forced to affirm an ideology they don't agree to.
Yeah, Tyson, to Professor Meriwether's point, how important is this victory for the concepts of freedom of speech and freedom of religion?
Well, it's huge. As the Sixth Circuit recognized, if professors can force people like Dr. Meriwether to say something they don't believe, they could force a civil rights icon to criticize the Freedom Riders, or force a believer to say that God doesn't exist. They would have unfettered power, and that's not what the university is supposed to be about. That's antithetical to both the First Amendment and really the purpose of the university, which is to be a marketplace of ideas.
Tyson, are you seeing more professors stand up for their beliefs like Professor Meriwether, or has the cancel culture, censorship culture on campus just grown too strong, preventing more people from speaking out?
Well, we're getting calls more and more every day from teachers, K through 12 teachers and professors across the country that are saying, I'm going to have to take a stand. And so I think victories like Dr. Meriwether's are going to embolden people to recognize that our laws are still really strong and we can win if we're willing to take a stand. And so I think that we are going to see more people standing up saying, we don't like the way the universities are going. We don't like the way the country's going. We have to stop this cancel culture.
Professor Meriwether, how have your students reacted to all this?
Well, the students have been, I have not been able to talk about this in the classroom. There's been a cloud over me because I had no idea what would happen if the issues even arose. So only very recently, just in the last week, was I free to speak about the issue in the classroom. The students are extremely curious about a lot of issues, this one in particular. And we've not been able to discuss it in class, so it's been very restrictive. But the students have been fine with me, right? And I haven't had any problems with students.
Understood. As you both stated, college, university life is supposed to be about a robust exchange of ideas, ideas that you may agree with, ideas that you may not agree with. And that's what makes that time in a young person's life so important, because they form their views on the world through those robust discussions, through having their eyes open to views they may not have had previously. Hopefully this lawsuit helps keep that in our colleges and universities going forward. Professor Meriwether and Tyson Langhofer, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.